We've all gone too big too fast and then run out of room. No, really, and I don't like confrontation because I've never been in a fight before. Though maybe you could tell that from the first moment I walked out on stage. Some people give off a vibe of like, right away, they like, do not fuck with me. My vibe is more like, hey, you could pour soup in my lap and I'll probably apologize to you. Show us on this white comedian where the man touched you. I love saying my wife. It sounds so adult. That's my wife. My wife just has some kick-ass to it, you know? I never knew relationships were supposed to make you feel better about yourself. I don't know if you've ever been in a long relationship where you got cheated on, but it changes your whole worldview. Anyone who's seen my dick and met my parents needs to die. I can't have them roaming around. Some Dutch prick was sneaking in at night being like, ah ha ha, I take your milk.
And that one guy with the horse-drawn sailboat on wheels that called himself the Pirate of the Roads.
Or that imbecile who put wheels on his boat again.
Now it's like, why buy the cow, question mark? Maybe because every day the cow asks you when you're gonna buy it, and you live in a really small apartment with the cow, so you can't avoid that question at all. And also the cow is way better at arguing than you are. And the cow grew up in a family that knows how to argue. Why buy the cow? Well, let's be real here. You're very lucky to have the cow that you do have. Roping in cows and getting milk out of them was never anything you were known for, John. By the most liberal of estimates, there have been about 8 cows total. A lot of people think that you like bulls, and if you just they assume it. Why buy the cow? Let's be real. Why buy the cow? Because you love her. You really do. And yeah. Sure, she's a bossy little Jew, but she takes care of you, and you don't want to be some old man stumbling around like, hey, you seen any loose milk? My wife is Jewish. She's a New York Jew. I did it. Now, I was raised Catholic. I don't know if you can tell that from the everything about me. My wife is Jewish, I grew up Catholic, so we got married by a friend. Being married by a friend is a beautiful ceremony that alienates both families' religions while confusing the elderly people at the wedding. What's the name of the bishop?
I am the Bishop of Greshit.
In Rome, they were like, let's see, what problems can we solve? Problem 1. No. We have a little puppy named Petunia. She's a tiny little French bulldog puppy. I like having a puppy that's a bulldog because it's like having a baby that is also a grandma. Her body is young, her face is as old as time. She does not like me and barks at me and bites me all day long. We have a new house. It was built in the 20s, but it was flipped in 2014, which means it's haunted, but it has a lovely kitchen backsplash. Real estate agents have to deal with the dumbest people in the world making the biggest decisions of their lives. It was like hanging out with my mom. Because you know real estate agents always look like your mom, and they have various Chico's accoutrements, and they always have kind of fun mom energy. This is an on-fire garbage can. Could be a nursery. Sometimes babies will point at me, and I don't care for that shit at all. I like to lean in and go, stop snitching, motherfucker, and then walk on. Because you're never too young to learn our national no snitching policy. And she had violated my trust. Like the baby had been like, do you have a penis? And I was like, yes, I do, but you're a baby, so discretion is key. And then the next day she goes, he has a penis. And I go, oh, come on. Someone can't keep a secret. It's fun to be married. I've never been supervised before. I'm supervised. She studies what I do, like an anthropologist. No one cared about my opinion when I was a little kid. No one cared what I thought. Sometimes people would say, what do you think you're doing? But that just meant stop. You know how I'm filled with rage? I'm so horny and angry all the time, and I have no outlet for it, so... eggs. College is just your opinion, just you raising your hand and being like, I think Emily Dickinson's a lesbian, and they're like, partial credit, and that's like a whole thing. No. No, this guy's either like 40 or 80. Like, even we don't know how old this guy's supposed to be. We were little goblins. We were terrible. Like when my dad and I would talk, it was like that scene in the movie Heat when Robert De Niro and Al Pacino sit down in that diner. We kind of had that rapport of like, we're not so different, you and I. You have your law practice, and me, I have all these fucking markers. I guess we both have responsibilities when you look at it that way. My dad loved us, he just didn't care about our general happiness or self-esteem. My dad is cold-blooded. Like gay marriage and healthcare, we have to battle it out in the Supreme Court and be like, gay people are humans, and they're like, we'll think about it. Mr. Finch wore linen suits, he had suspenders, he had a bow tie, he had a hat, he had a cane with an ivory handle. I'm giving you more description than you need because I need you to believe me, this was a real person I knew in the 21st century. That's the wonderful thing about crazy people, you know, is that they just have unlimited currency. So Kimball finds out about all of this, and of course he's furious. And he bursts in the ballroom and he goes, "You switched the samples!" And Dr. Nichols is like, "Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Dr. Richard Kimball." And I know now that I'm definitely never gonna be president. Not unless everyone gets real cool about a bunch of stuff really quickly.